How are you doing this morning?
I'm trying to be very serious.
That's because my mom smoked a joint before the fucking episode.
No, just one little hit because I got so nervous because this seems like so official.
No, this isn't that official. We're just having fun.
Okay, perfect.
We've already walked through everything. My mom and I already walked through everything that we were going to talk about. Something that I thought, I wanted to kind of tell my mom's story from the beginning. So, you know, I inherited this way of thinking and believing and optimism from you. So, Bright-Minded really started with my mom and even your mom and even her mom, the way that she grew up. We inherit the way that we are. We talked yesterday about even when it comes to our animals or to us, like all living creatures, there's nature and then there's nurture. So there's how we're born, there's how we genetically are made, there's our DNA, but then there's also how we were nurtured and taken care of. And both of those create who we're going to be as people and who our identity is. So there's ways that we are automatically going to kind of be from the womb, and those are going to have good and bad qualities, and we're going to have to struggle with some of the things that we just inherit, like anxiety or depression, but we know that we'll just have to fight harder with that if that's something that we genetically inherited. But there's also ways that those kind of things can develop over the way that you are treated as like a young child or person. So our youth has a lot to do with our adulthood. So your life from where it started to where you are now is totally opposite ends of the rainbow. You started on a little bit of a dark gray cloud and you ended at the pot of gold. And many people don't know this about you, but my mom was actually adopted. And so that can leave feelings in adulthood of feeling that you've been given up on. But she told me this morning that she wouldn't change it because she was adopted by my mammy, who was the most loving mother and only mother she would have ever wanted. They say that you don't choose your family, but in that case, it isn't true. A lot of us do actually choose our family. Blood relatives distance, themselves all the time, and you can create the family that you want, a family you love and that loves you back. So, Mom, can you walk us through how it feels to be adopted since I'm so close to you, and Dad, it's really hard for me to understand.
Well, and it's so crazy, like how, close you are to Mammy, and actually how you all even look alike. It's so crazy to me that, yes, I was adopted, and I just can't imagine my life being any different. I mean, she just is my mom, and my dad was my dad, and I could have never been more loved by anyone, even if it were birth parents. And, I think for me, we're talking about, like, foundations, and for me today about faith, and I think that I really got that from Mammy because, I feel like some kids that are adopted, maybe they weren't told, like when I was told about being adopted, Mammy was just so adamant that, like, she was like, Jesus handpicked you for me. And I just wanted a baby so bad, and I couldn't have my own. And when I got you, it just changed my world for the good. And so I think that, Mammy giving me that foundation and always telling me that God had just hand-chosen me for her is why, like, I have always had such a deep faith. And I'm so glad that she instilled that into me.
So I also, I wanted to, we were talking about how Mammy said that she chose you. And, in the community, like even in the LGBTQ community, when kids, distance themselves or their parents distance themselves from them because they don't agree with their choices, or a lot of, kids, if they leave home early because of abusive relationships, they go and create families. They go and choose their mother. They get to choose their father. In drag, you have a drag mother. RuPaul is everyone's mother. So I love the idea that Mammy chose you. And I think people getting to understand that you really can choose your family. She chose you, and you would have chosen her. And you said that you inherited your faith from Mammy. So in your DNA, there are pieces of Mammy. We're talking about nature versus nurture. She nurtured you to become the identity that you are right now. So who you are developed because of the way that she was raising you. And Mammy, who I have tattooed on my arm,